that guy died. He'd be aware of everything else, but we couldn't get enough information out of him before he passed away.
To your point, though, when we do have a leak, I'd say the majority of the front end time, Malcolm does, and correct me if I'm wrong, is figuring out how to isolate the valve. Sometimes we'll have more time
I got
isolating.
about 10 minutes one day, just, try to find one, and get some yellow paint, mark it, and then, find another.
That is gonna be a focus moving forward then.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson.
While you're talking about valves, Sarah, you identified lead valves.
No, we just need to look at replacing our valves.
Again, that goes back to the mapping. So,
I'd just like to see them work.
yeah.
Replacement's gonna be awful expensive.
Well, we've talked about a proactive, plan to try to address some of these things.
Absolutely. And I will add to Bill's point, the first step in taking a calculated approach to where the dollars are best and most effectively spent is first getting that inventory mapping, which we need on both the water and sewer side.
Can you take a camera and do some of that, as far as sewer lines?
It can be, yeah, CCTV is the, standard method of doing that. We get into a more routine basis of line maintenance. You would do a portion of that, say 10% every year, that's budgeted to inspect the lines. That's usually a part of the mapping. A lot of those are done as a hydraulic mapping study, where not only they'll be mapped, but they'll also inspect a portion of the lines as well. Moving on from financials, unless there's any other questions. No health or safety issues during the month of March. For staffing, Dustin's still up here as our interim project manager. Again, we thank the town for recognizing Orlando, and on our behalf, Chatham is very lucky to have Orlando up here running the water plant. Orlando is one of our best and most intelligent water treatment operators. He's happy to be up here, and he has an unmatched passion towards running the facilities and takes a lot of pride in providing the town with drinking water. We do have one position open at Public Works right now with our current staffing that we are advertising. Has that offer been accepted?
It has, he is in the background stages now, so hopefully hear something back in the next week or so.
I will quickly go through the highlights for time's sake. At the water plant, we have the new chlorine analyzer, has arrived, it's scheduled to be installed at the end of this month. Housekeeping is a focus at all three of the locations. We are doing a lot of work on the RAS pumps. That last invoice was a sludge pump that goes with it. We're also working on the current ones. We had an inspection from DEQ at the wastewater treatment plant. Overall, the inspection went well. They asked for some information. We're still waiting on their report. We had some back and forth on PFAS sampling for 2025. Those samples were taken as directed by DEQ, and I think we've got the necessary reporting in for that. There were a couple large, or moderate, I should say, water leaks. And then we had several clogged sewer lines a few months back. If you remember, we are repairing our jetter, and we have a rental jetter that Infomark is paying for, so that service is being provided uninterrupted. And it is spring and the grass is growing, so that is where our focus is. Cemeteries are the main focus, and we've been working with the town management group and some members of the council to make sure that the cemeteries are kept up to the expectations of the town using subcontract. One most notably being the Hillcrest Circle, and again, we will maintain ownership of that and use subcontracted laborers to keep up with those as necessary. That's all I have. Any questions?
I had one quick thing to say. Dustin, I appreciated your attention to the building and grounds and cleaning up the fines and all that kind of thing. That was very proactive on your part.
Thank you.
And I know I always say this, but every single time you say that there's no issues, I'm like, yay. And, you know, it's pretty remarkable considering what we've had years and years ago, so, and I'm glad, I'm proud. So.
Thank you. It's a lot of effort on everybody's part, but there's a lot of folks that you don't get to see here that work hard every day to make sure that we keep our goal of achieving that. So, thank you.
All right, we'll move on to the Director of Public Works, Sarah.
I'm gonna just hit the highlights here. We got the spring banners up, they're looking good. For those who have not noticed, there was a stoplight added, to Depot Street, Main Street intersection, and there was one that was replaced, so pay attention there. Marked 5 grades of service, sold 2 plots. The Chatham Youth League is starting their season up on Davis Road, so be cautious when you're in that area. I want to thank, Infomark, had a few concerns last week about some stumps in Francis Hurt Park, they are gone.
Great.
What we couldn't get with the stump grinder, I don't know who, but somebody came out and got rid of them, I guess, last week while I was out sick. The drinking water report for 2025 is available, it is online, and I will have copies at Town Hall if anybody would like to pick up a hard copy. We had a small water leak on US Highway 29. There is a new sinkhole, at Payne Street. Hopefully, we're gonna excavate that this week, Wednesday, and see what we've got there. And again, if you haven't signed up on Code Red, do that so you can stay up to date with any emergencies.
I don't wanna keep saying stuff, I'm sorry, but and I guess I'm showing my ignorance here, but what is that extra stoplight for? Cause now it's like,
The only thing I can think of is if there's a big truck in front of you and you can't see it, you can see it to the side now.
okay, that makes sense,
the only thing
otherwise
I can
I'm
think
like,
The trucks determine everything in that intersection, so
Yeah.
that's probably, yes.
that makes sense.
That was all we
but
got.
I didn't think of that myself, so.
Well, Sarah just skimmed over all this, and there's a couple of things she left. She did inventory all the town signage, which was a big job, and that's gonna be very helpful as we move forward. We have some grant money available through Reimagine Chatham to replace a lot of signs, and so that's gonna be a big help when we get ready to actually do that work. And she imported all of the new branding collateral into Canva, so that was great. And I just wanna thank you for your Do You Know series on the social media. I think that's very helpful, and I think it's a proactive on our part to let citizens know things. And yes, we give them something when they move in, or yes, they knew it maybe 25 years ago, but it's good to have those little nudges and reminders, so I appreciate you working
Yeah,
on
and
that.
thank you for replacing that mirror.
Yes.
I use it almost every morning.
All right, any other questions for Sarah? All right, we'll move on to, who's next? Of the fire department? Police department, thank you.
Calls for service was 121, arrest, summons, violations 52.
And Zane's practicing up on bicycle riding, right?
He just got first-hand experience in what happens if you wreck on one.
Is that what that call was?
Loose front tire.
He wasn't going 100 miles per hour like this one person reported.
No,
The fire truck went out there for a bicycle accident?
yeah, electric bicycle.
Oh my goodness, okay. Any other questions for the chief, please? All right, moving on to the fire chief.
All right, I guess y'all met Adam, Luhon.
We did.
And the students, that was a lot of students. That was pretty exciting, they were really excited, and
Great.
Travis has had a lot of fun with that.
Travis, you wanna add anything? I know you weren't here.
Well, I'm not sure, Nathan is kind of my spokesperson,
Yeah,
so
he did.
he does if I need a student to speak about anything, it's always Nathan go talk. It's been a daunting process, but one of the things that I wanna stress with this is this was built by high school students. And it's not a small feat. I've got the truck out front, so I have to meet anybody that wants to look at it. I can show you everything on that truck. But it's a testament to what our school system is capable of doing. These are high school students that they want a career. They wanna go to work, they wanna be a part of the community. Each year, as I teach, this is something I try to do. We did the Wayside Park love sign back in 2020, and Nick, Assistant Chief here, when he was my student, he was a big part of building that. So I always try to do something that is a lasting thing for the community. Well,